Yesterday alone, I toured 3 counties. I was in Kisumu County. Before Kisumu County, I was in Nandi County. I went to see the deputy county commissioner's office, which was being built in Chesumei. Then before that, I was in Uasin Gishu County, next to the airport. I was looking at Kipkaren Water Treatment Project. Yes.
Ulipata nini huko? Tupeleke Kipkaren kwanza.
Wacha niwapeleke Kipkaren. So Kipkaren was a project that was being funded by the Africa Development Bank, right? The value of the project for Kipkaren was 1.185 billion, but it was in US dollars. So I'm assuming that by now that value could be higher. So it was about 7 years ago. The purpose of this project was to provide up to 23 million liters per day of water into Eldoret. As you can see, Eldoret has been now upgraded into a city. But there is still a big problem of water, especially in areas of Langas, Racecourse Ward, Pioneer Estate, Kapsoya, where we have water rationing because the water that is coming in from the Kapsoya water project is not able to serve all the residents of Eldoret. So this project was conceptualized in 7 years ago. That's when the tender was awarded to a contractor called Mashiri. Now, I went there to see whether we have water flowing. And to my utter surprise, I found that there are some semblance of structures. There are some pipes on the ground, but the project has completely stalled. And to make matters worse, this contractor has already been paid 767 million.
Okay, that was going to be my next question, in terms of whether we know actually that funds have been released to the contractor to be able to do certain things. And from what you're saying, money was released, 700 and what?
767 million.
767 million. So one would assume that with the 767 million, at the very least, there would be, something working, even if it was not onto completion.
Yes, out of 1.185 billion, 700 is 70%.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
How do we know it has been paid?
You just read the Auditor General's report.
What does the Auditor General say about this particular project? Again, just for purposes of people who may have missed it. What project are we talking about?
We are talking about the Kipkaren Water Treatment Piping Project.
Okay.
Yeah, water treatment and piping projects.
When was it launched?
The launch date, I was unable to find it, but I found a site visit by the governor of Uasin Gishu, which dates back 7 years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi. Auditor General?
Yes. This project was being done by the Lake Basin, what we call Lake Victoria North Water Services, but it was taken up by the Rift Valley Water Services. So they are the ones implementing the project, but under Lake Victoria North. So the people are being audited is Lake Victoria North.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so according to the Auditor General's report for Lake Victoria North,
yes,
767 million shillings has already been spent by government or handed over to the contractor.
It has already been paid to the contractor.
Okay.
Another interesting twist to that project is that contractor has already been fired.
By whom?
By the PS, the then PS for water. I think that was about a year ago. They fired this contractor for lateness to deliver the project.
Okay.
But the contractor has already been paid 767 million. So now we are in this situation where 7 years down the line, we don't have a project, we don't have a contractor, and we also don't have our money.
700 million. What does the Auditor General say? What are the questions that the Auditor General raises in the report? So they basically point out that this money has already been paid out towards the project.
Yes.
It has already been spent.
Yes.
On the project.
Yes.
And when you go there's actually no treatment and piping project
There's nothing
on the ground.
Oh, well, as I told you earlier, there is a semblance
There's
of
some structures.
There's some structures, but these structures cannot be said to constitute what we can call a water project that is functional or that is near functioning. Yes.
I know